What I have come to realize after seeing so many clients. I had a story once of this lady who moved across the world for her boyfriend. There are women who move across the world to a different state, to a different country for their husbands. But the question is, would the man do the same thing for the woman? Would the boyfriend? I think I did a video a couple months ago about this same topic. Men don't do and will not do the same thing that we women tend to do: sacrifice, postponing going back to school, postponing getting your bachelor's, your certification, going back to build that skill, going back to aesthetic school, hairdressing school, nail, it's aesthetic school, going back to get your master's, your PhD, whatever creating that business. Postponing because sometimes we say, oh yeah, we wait till the kids are older. These kids will get older and will leave you too. And then you'll be an angry, resentful woman because you chose to sacrifice yourself. You chose to lack in the sense of lacking agency for your own life. These are things that we as big aunties, we ourselves are learning and passing along. Maybe you're lucky you have a mom who can coach you from an early age to now, then you're the exception to the rule. But there's a lot of we that have to reparent ourselves, have to relook and learn some of these things that we've seen growing up in an environment that doesn't serve the girl child. Gina Chumasi here again on the street with another video highlighting why it's important, so critical to really deal in relationship from a head space, not a heart space. Like, I'm in love with him, I'll do anything, I'll move for him. But how is that going to serve you? You have to look at the big picture. You getting up, moving on because he has to go to medical school, he has to go to law school. A lot of these men, you do that, they're going to use you as a placeholder for that moment. When they get their coming up, when their finances get to where they need to be, then they will jump off to be with their dream girl. Try not to be the good girl, the nice girl, the agreeable girl. Oh, he said I should move, so you move a whole different state. You lack support. And some of them want you to lack support. Some of them want you to be away from your friends, from your family, from your spouses, so they can control you more, so they can use you to bet the children that they're going to be tied to you forever, to use you for additional support, for money while they're going through medical school, while they're going through school, and only for them to dump you at the end of it. If you're not taking care, you're gonna be blindsided by the betrayal, because this is how men think. They compartmentalize everything. They see you as a means to an end, and now you are thinking, oh, this is gonna be forever. Like, we love each other, not me, not my man. But there is a man, okay? But so preserve yourself. You really have to look at it from that standpoint. Don't spend too many of your time, your years, your age sacrificing for a man. Trust me, I'm not a man hater, but men think so much differently than we do. And I'm glad and grateful to myself that even through my marriage up until the divorce happened, I listened to my intuition, bettering myself educationally, bettering myself through my business, bettering myself through my work, listening to what the red flags are, like, this is not right, and speaking up for myself, even despite the culture, despite the pushback from the culture. Oh, we don't do that, we don't speak, we don't file for separation, we don't do divorce, But when the red flags are there, when the best interest is only to him and not to you and all the kids, on this channel, we are allowed to speak our mind. I do that. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, share. What has been your experience in moving across countries, across states for a man? Did he serve you right? if you've been in it for a while, how did you overcome that? Did you have any negative impact from it? Have you heard of any story? Share that in a comment and listen to some of those videos and let me know what your thoughts are on women moving different states, different countries, different continents for their man. Did you always pan out right for them at the end? That they, withheld on their own purpose their dreams as a child of God to only be a follower, to be that person being the sun, the moon, everything just revolving around them? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
This all started with this handsome man giving me an orchid in a parking lot, and now he's my boyfriend. I grew up ugly, so I never think that people are flirting with me. I never assume that. I've met this amazing guy, and I'm really falling for him. I didn't know this was out there for me. I didn't know I could be loved so much. I can't cry. I'm putting mascara on. How happy I am, how much I love him. Can't believe this is actually happening. I just don't like to do anything without him anymore, He's my best friend. He tells me how much he can't wait to marry him, how much he can't wait to start a family and buy our first home together. And this is the love of my life. The love of my life. I found that person. I found my person. This is just kind of a crazy thing for me because no one's ever loved me this much, let alone wanted to marry me. He makes me laugh so hard it hurts. I think we'll be okay. I thought he was so freaking cute and funny, and I'm planning on spending the rest of my life with him. I love him so much. And he just very recently asked for my dad's blessing. So things are going exceptionally well with Orchid Guy, who is now just Boyfriend Guy. So that was definitely the best part of my year. So we're gonna be moving to Richmond. I'm so grateful and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, when you find someone who loves you this much and just not only cares about you, but takes care of you in like those little ways every day, like they just do things because they love you so much, like that is so rare and special. Oh, I'm so grateful for him. Oh, I'm so grateful for him. My heart is young. I am going through the worst heartbreak of my life right now. I followed my boyfriend across the country, no ring on my finger, because he was going to go to medical school. And for a year and a half up until then, things were next to perfect. Like, this was my dream relationship. We were on the same page, compatible in every way that it mattered, and we had serious conversations about marriage and kids and what our future would look like together. Now, my job is social media, it's content creation, so that makes it really flexible for me to have moved with him. He's never really been into social media, which was fine. I actually found it refreshing, because what girl doesn't want a guy who's offline? It just hurt that he wasn't supportive of me when I dropped everything to move across the country with him. I left my family, my church, my friends, my studio, because I chose him. Like, I wanted to be with him, and some of you have been saying, like, oh, he love bombed you. I don't believe that. Like, I believe that he wanted to make it work too for a while. I really wanted to marry him. I would have done anything to support him and his dreams and ambitions, even sacrificing my own. And I do realize now how wrong that is, because you shouldn't exist just to be a character in someone else's life. So everything changed after we moved. I knew it would, but I didn't think that it would lead to our demise. He just took on every extracurricular under the sun, which I encouraged him to do because I wanted him to get everything out of this experience that he wanted to get out of it. But there was nothing left for me. I just saw that he wanted to be a doctor more than he wants a life with me. Not that he ever had to choose between the two. He already had me. I was so devoted to him, even without a ring. But I was carrying so much of the weight, and I just saw myself long term being unhappy if we couldn't find a balance where both of our needs could be met, because I felt really alone. Things really started to bottle up, and over the holidays, when we had an opportunity of break from school to actually address some things and talk some stuff through, we tried, and we just couldn't. 3 weeks earlier, I had been sitting with his mom over Thanksgiving talking about marrying him this summer. I mean, we wanted to elope, and then suddenly that was it. We were just done. I mean, we were visiting my family in Florida at the time for Christmas, and he left me there. I never returned to Virginia. I'd just been devastated and in shock for weeks that he would give up so quickly as soon as things got hard, because despite everything I was sacrificing, I still wanted to make it work. And I don't know at what point a person decides to throw in the towel and say it would be easier to start over instead of just working through whatever it is with the person you've invested years into. But it stings. It stings, and it makes you look at love differently. But now that several weeks have gone by, I can reflect and see how maybe this is a blessing in disguise for me. I can see that maybe he did something that I couldn't do. Maybe God has a plan that is so much greater than anything I could understand, because I do believe that I deserve someone who supports my dreams and ambitions. I deserve someone who has time and energy for me. I deserve someone who stays and who doesn't quit, you know? I want to say he's not a bad guy. I have a lot of love for him. Do I feel kicked to the curb? Yeah. Do I feel very sad? Yeah, but I'm still gonna pray for him. I want the world for him. I know he is going to be a fantastic doctor, and this is his dream come true. So, you know, I'm just gonna be rooting for him from afar, and instead of, you know, the love I poured into him, I get to put it into myself now, and I think that's a beautiful thing in itself too, because I know the character development is gonna be so crazy, and I'm excited to share with you guys the person I become. As some of you have said, he is not the sun, but I'm gonna get my spark back. So thank you guys for watching. If you're going through a heartbreak, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We are gonna get through this, and I am sending you my love right back. Okay. My boyfriend dumped me and left me in another state, and right after he broke up with me, he told me that his mom would be flying in to drive back to Virginia with him to our apartment, where she proceeded to stay with him for almost 2 weeks. I didn't get any communication from him, but not even 48 hours after he broke up with me, she's texting me very businesslike, no, how are you doing, about my stuff. So yeah, I mean, I felt really kicked to the curb about that. I was just shocked. I didn't know what to do in this situation. My mom was like, just come home to Oregon, like, we're gonna figure this out. So I did. I booked a last minute plane ticket right around Christmas time, came home, and then 2 weeks later, his mom comes back to Oregon. She comes by the house to get some of his things and basically tells me to not even bother going back to Virginia. I didn't have any communication with my ex for almost a month then. I figured maybe I would go out there in the springtime if he had spring break and he wasn't going to be there, so I could kind of like take care of my business and wrap up things at the apartment. But I needed a winter jacket. All I had were shorts and tank tops that I had packed for Florida. I didn't have anything here, and it was freezing in Oregon. So finally, we talked and, you know, decided on him shipping my things. And yeah, I never went back. The audacity to check me in my comment section after I just got dumped. You are not wrong. I have been really hard on myself. I have not been prioritizing myself. I've been too self-sacrificing, and it's time for me to just do things for me. So I made a list of 10 things I'm gonna do solo for myself to just get my spark back. All right, let's go through it. Number 1, I'm gonna upgrade my wardrobe. New bitch. I'm gonna go to a concert all by myself. Try a new hobby. I don't know if it'll be a sport, a craft, or what, but something new. I'm gonna read one of those life-changing, famous books. If you have a recommendation, put it in the comments. It can be fiction or nonfiction, I don't care. I just don't know what I wanna read yet. I'm gonna go country line dancing, all by myself. I've wanted to do it, never done it, so it's time. I'm gonna volunteer and work with some animals. Do something that screams adrenaline. I will get on a motorcycle. I will try dirt biking. I will skydive. I just wanna go on a solo hike for a day. Just get real connected with nature. I'm gonna do a photo shoot. I wanna get like some nice photos of myself taken. I've lost a lot of weight just because of this heartbreak. I wanna take some good photos of myself in my new clothes because I'm upgrading my wardrobe. I'm gonna go to the movies alone. And just, yeah, I'm not gonna have to share my popcorn with anyone's son. This is how I get my spark back. I need to have fun and just be comfortable doing things on my own, but I'm gonna document it all here, so I hope you will stick around for this new series. Thank you guys for watching. Sun comes out tomorrow. Just got out of a pretty serious long-term relationship, and I'm learning to get comfortable doing things on my own again, so I made a list of 10 more things I want to do all by myself to add some more fun to my life and get my spark back. So let's go through this list. I'm gonna take myself to the beach, build the sandcastle, get the ice cream. Always wanted to go to one of those paint and wine classes. I'm gonna try a new recipe. I don't know how to cook a lot of things, but I feel like this is a good time to learn. I'm gonna take myself on a dinner date and order something off the menu that I have never ordered before. Just try something totally new. This one's painful, but I'm gonna push myself to run a race. I'm thinking a 10K. I might regret this one. My mom has a piano, and I believe if I try hard enough, I will be able to teach myself a song. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go watch a sunset by myself. I want to try a new workout. I've never done Pilates, but all I hear about is Pilates, so maybe I'll try that. The other one I might try is hot yoga. I think that could be fun. Or boxing. That could be a great way to get some rage out, but I don't want my teeth to get. I want to listen to 5 famous all-time best albums. Last but not least, I want to write myself a letter to open in 1 year from now, and then I can open it later. If you have any other things I should try, put them in the comments. I hope you guys will stick around because I'm going to be documenting all of it here on TikTok with you guys. But thank you for watching. I spent the last 2 days looking at wedding venues with my mom for a wedding that's not my own. It's my sister's wedding. She's getting married this summer. She's been with her now fiance, for 7 years, and I could not be more excited and happy for her, and also honored to be a part of this process of looking at venues and, you know, putting together the pros and cons and just making this day come to fruition. But I also feel Like, shit. I feel selfish for feeling this way, but I'm sad because I thought I was gonna be getting engaged right about now. And I'm not. I'm grieving. I'm grieving the loss of my relationship. So I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it to myself because it's not about me. It's about her. And I love my sister so much, and I couldn't be more excited for her. You know, I'm gonna be her biggest cheerleader. But I'm also like, we're gonna. Okay. I've hit the point. I've hit the point where I'm just laughing about everything. Everything's funny to me. I can't even. I'm cried out. I'm cried out. There's no more tears.